All right, it is Father's Day, so we are going to be grilling out. I have my dad semi-bone-in ribeye. Norm's got a boneless ribeye. My mom, my sister, and my nephew got New York strips. I'm going to make some scalloped potatoes. There's 5 pounds of potatoes there. About a half a block of Velveeta. And then a stick of butter, getting ready to make my roux for the scalloped potatoes. So I've added some flour and some salt and pepper. Let it melt and stirring. I'm going to slowly add some milk. I'm not measuring. I'm just pouring. I need enough to cover the potatoes in my pan. That looks about good for right now. I'm going to stir this. I'm going to mix it all up. Boil and get thick. We're going to let this come to a boil. I did add a little bit more milk. As it boils, it'll thicken. You want to kind of be stirring it. You do not want it to burn, because it's milk, it will burn fast. As it starts to boil a little bit, we'll add the cheese and melt the cheese in there. Once it's all melted, we will pour it over our potatoes and then bake them in the oven. I have this old Tupperware container here that I marinate my steaks and meat in all the time. It's perfect. This is what I use. Everyone always asks me, what do you put on your steaks? This Dale seasoning. I have bought the low sodium one, and to me, I don't really notice a difference in flavor. Just the consistency of it is a little, I'll shake it so it sticks to the bottom, but is a little different, but I'll use either one. Garlic and pepper. And because this is not low sodium, and I do try to really watch my sodium intake, I usually am not salting any of my food. But if you like salt like my sister does, salt away. I just prefer not to. So I put my cheese in. It's pretty much all melted. And you can add as much cheese as you like. I like it a little cheesy, not terribly cheesy. And again, that cheese adds that salty flavor to it. And trying to watch the salt. I did put pepper in this and about 1 teaspoon of salt. So just a little bit. I figure people can salt it when it gets on their plate. I'm going to stir this and get all the potatoes covered. Glad I added that little bit of milk, because it looks like my liquid is about perfect once I get these all mixed in. I love homemade scalloped potatoes. My grandma would put ham in it sometimes. Sometimes she wouldn't put cheese. My grandpa doesn't like cheese. She wouldn't use cheese. You can make scalloped potatoes without cheese. But it's so much better than the box. So much better. And as this cooks in the oven, it will thicken. And because I don't measure I measure with my heart. It comes out different every time. It's never a perfect, same consistency every time. Sometimes they come out a little runny. Sometimes they're nice and thick, just like you want them. But they still always taste delicious. Okay, now when I'm marinating these steaks, I put the liquid on first, this Dale's, before the seasonings. Otherwise, you're going to wash all the seasonings off when you put the marinade on it. I wish there was a way to send a smell, because, and this is just what I do because it's kind of strong. Like, you could waste a bunch of Dales and just pour it all over and let this just soak in a bit. I don't like to be wasteful, so I just pour some on top. and spread it around my hand instead of soaking it in like a pool. And don't worry, I wash the outside of my bottle when I'm done, because I realize I'm touching it with nasty hands. So I just spread this across my hands. Most of that one ran off. Let's do some more. Paper towel. And then come through with my garlic.
You have to save me from drowning.
Okay. And then pepper. Not so crazy. And then I take my container and then I will flip the steak and marinate it in here.
I'm on land. Being ready. I think you're able to fly as a game.
Bring this over. Rub it in good.
I am going to run away. Well, not.
Garlic. And if you don't like a lot of garlic, then you're crazy. Pepper. Now we'll grab the other two steaks. I'm flinging them around making a mess.
Wait, Ashton.
So I'll have salmon. My mom, my nephew, my sister, and the guys will have steaks. I got everyone the cut they like. And then Adeline will be eating probably cottage cheese as her protein because she's not really much of a meat eater. She might eat a couple bites of her dad's steak. She won't eat my fish. No, not much of a meat eater. And that's that. I'm gonna put the lid on it. This usually only needs to sit for about 30 minutes, but I've got about 2 hours until we're grilling these, so they'll get to sit nice and long. It's Father's Day. What's for dessert, you ask? Strawberry shortcake. So we picked 12 pounds of strawberries yesterday. This is about half of them. I already washed them, stemmed them. They've been sitting in the fridge. I'm going to mash them, add some sugar, and make some homemade supreme biscuits from the good old Better Homes and Garden cookbook. The best biscuit recipe out there. For my family in England, they're American biscuits, not cookies. But we're going to make that next. Here is the video of the recipe. Take a screenshot. This is what I use, page 129.
Yep. I'm supposed to. I don't know though. I mean,